Hello, it's Monday morning. I've got total bed hair, just got out of bed. Isabel is still fast asleep. Now, poor old Izzy's got to miss college all week because of me and my suspected COVID. I still feel really bad about that because if it turns out to have been a figment of my imagination, poor old Izzy misses a whole week of college. But it is what it is. I'm halfway through my cup of tea. I've just been pottering around really gathering my thoughts ready for the day. I've got to do that self-testing kit today and get it off in the post. The priority mail goes at 4 PM and apparently I think it's got to go in the box about an hour before then, but I'll double check before I do it. I'm not looking forward to shoving a great big long glorified cotton bud up my nose and twisting it around. I'm worried I won't do it properly because it'll be uncomfortable, and then perhaps I'll overcompensate and shove it up too far. I don't know. These are the things I'm worrying about this morning, pointlessly, because it'll be what it'll be. I'll just got to do my best and get it over with, really, haven't I, and get on with things. Symptom-wise, I'm feeling much better than I was even yesterday, although I've got a little bit of a headache. I've still got this lungy thing. It's like, do you remember what it was like going running in cold weather when you were in school and you had to do cross-country, assuming you went to school and did cross-country, and your lungs felt on fire, kind of, afterwards? Feels like that. It's been like that for a few days, really. Anyway, Izzy gets to have quite the lie-in today because the only classes that she can do online are maths and English, and all the rest she can't. She's just going to be given work to do. Oh, it's a pain. I'd have thought they'd been more set up with a camera, really. Just at least to stream it live, but there we are, they haven't yet. I think more and more people will be self-isolating though as the time goes on. But I'm going to drink the rest of my tea now and make a start on tonight's vlog. My video is uploading to YouTube. And I've suddenly realised that I felt so ill over the last few days, I've done no laundry at all. And feeling better as I am, I'm going to tackle it now. I really should get out of these pyjama bottoms at some point, but the thing is, while I've got a question mark hanging over me regarding, the dreaded virus, I thought it was best to sort of confine most of my activities to a separate room to Izzy, just to dilute the viral load down if there is any. But honestly, I'm feeling so fighting fit today that I'm beginning to feel like I imagined the whole thing. I had to blow some work out as well. I got offered some work for this coming Friday. The first paid work since the pandemic came in, and I could have done it, it wasn't music work, it was something else, and I had to turn it down. And it might have led to more work, so frustrating. But anyway, I'm going to put a load of washing on now while that finishes uploading, and then I'm going to finish the uploady stuff off in my bed, in my pyjama bottoms with unicorns on. Not sexy, but they have unicorns. That's an upside down unicorn there, yeah. Especially not flattering round the rear. They make my bum look big. An Izzy top. Oh, I better doubly make sure I haven't got any darks in there. I don't think those are going to run, but I'll leave them out. I'm going for my second coffee of the day. I'm trying to reduce how strong I have it because I am terrible for having it really strong, and I've gradually been building up the strength since lockdown started. I need to reverse the trend because I'm getting to the point where I think when I start going to cafes again, it won't be strong enough for my taste. So yeah, definitely. I reckon I'm having at least a triple shot in each of my coffees at the moment, which is a little bit excessive. But the thing is, because I'm putting such a high proportion of decaf into the mix, I'm kind of thinking, oh, it's okay, I'm not having that much caffeine. Then, I've been buying those sachet coffees to have in parks and stuff to use with hot water, and I can barely taste the coffee in them. I've got to be honest, they're a lovely hot, warm, sweet treat because I haven't managed to get the sugar-free ones yet. I keep accidentally getting the other ones. But anyway, yeah, I need to reduce the strength of my coffee. It's getting a bit ridiculous. My new seals that I ordered are on the way. They've been dispatched. I'm looking forward to that. It's not been so bad. I took it out and I gave it a really good scrub with the brush and really sort of scraped away at it, and it seemed to make it have a bit more grippy friction. That mask appears to be stuck in the door. Well, hopefully it gets a good clean. I'm not convinced at this stage that it will. That's that on. I've just realised it's 12:10 and I haven't had any breakfast yet, and I don't really feel hungry. See, normally I eat before I finish my edit off because it kind of gets the old brain firing on all cylinders, and that's when I prefer to do my final cut in the morning after a good night's sleep after breakfast, because I just seem to be most capable of making artistic choices at that point in the day. Oh, the traffic wardens are on the prowl. People in my street got really naughty when lockdown hit in March, because you're not really allowed to park in my street, and all the car owners have to park a little bit down the road, and they have to have permits as well, or use a car park. Yeah, they were like, well, hey, the traffic wardens aren't here, and everyone's just been parking outside their own house. And then all of a sudden, without any apparent warning, they just reappeared, and they went on a ticketing spree. And I was looking out my window thinking, oh no. Oh, I don't drive, so it's not an issue for me, but that's about the height of my gossip today. I am going to have breakfast, I think, even though I don't feel like it. Probably once I get started, I'll be alright with it. I'm going to eat my corn cakes and Marmite and butter. It's my favourite breakfast. And quite often a yoghurt as well, if I have any in. I just very cleverly dropped the knife full of Marmite. I was halfway through spreading and I thought I should be filming this. Put the knife on the side of the plate. Next thing, it's fallen off. Sometime later, I'm properly dressed. I couldn't eat the yoghurt. I'm a little bit nervous about having to do that test, and I don't know why. It's so silly to be nervous about it. I think it's the implications of it that I'm nervous about. The majority of the tests do come back negative, so I think I need to keep that in mind and stop beating myself up so much about feeling so silly for requesting it in the first place. I'm going to go and study it now, the test thing, because the time is getting on. It's 1:15 and it needs to be in the post box by about 3, I think. And look, the courier dropped off the GoPro replacement for the one that was not working properly, so I'll get into that later after I've got this whole test thing out of the way. It's 1:45 now. The torture continues. I've studied the instructions in video form and the booklet for the swab test thingy, and I can't do it until the last minute before posting it, and I can't post it until about an hour before the collection time. I think it gives the lab technicians a fighting chance of actually finding some virus that hasn't died off, because obviously the virus has a half-life, so I don't know what the half-life is, but the half-life is like how long it takes for half of them to have died off, basically. And so every so often there's less and less and less of them until there are none left. So they don't like all die at the same time, from what I understand. They just like petering out gradually, one by one by one. Anyway, since I have an hour of torture to wait, I am going to unbox my GoPro replacement and get it charged up, or put the battery in and charge it up so I can actually use it. Oh, I hope this one has good audio and doesn't do silly things like the last one was. And then I'm going to hang that washing indoors to dry. Looks like Izzy's been doing some drawing. I particularly like the skirts, actually. I think they're her OCs, her original characters that she's invented with a friend. I'm a bit of a clumsy opener. Come on. I think their packaging was a bit better than mine. So this is what the packaging looks like when they're not trying to get you to buy it off the shelf. A bit plainer. There we are. I'm going to put my battery in now and charge that up. Is that right? I don't think that's right. Oh, come on, Immo. What do you like? No, it's that way, silly woman. This table has got awfully messy again. I don't know why I closed that door. There we are. Oops. Oh look, and there's the replacement door that I bought the other day. I won't get that on the go now. I'll save that a bit of excitement for later. It's the end of our fire break lockdown here today in Wales, officially. Of course, me and Izzy are further incarcerated, but IKEA has opened its doors, and apparently everyone's just gone completely berserk. They've accidentally let too many people in, and they've crammed in, and they're not social distancing, and they're just queuing and queuing and queuing. Now, if that had been me, I must admit I would have anticipated it was going to be crowded, and I would have just waited until it had died down a bit, but there we are. Staff said they let too many in and can't control it. There was no social distancing whatsoever, with people pushing in all over the place. Oh dear. that is all done. Just pop that over there. I'm going to put a second load on actually because I let it build up a bit, didn't I, over this weekend. It's 2:10 now. I'm probably going to do that test about 20 to 3. I put 3 on the thing online when you had to register the time because it said on there you couldn't do it before 1 hour before the post-collection time. So I committed to 3 o'clock, but then on somewhere else in the booklet or something it said it had to be posted no later than 1 hour before collection time. So what does that mean? So I'm just going to do it 20 minutes earlier than I said, and probably won't make much difference, I think. So anyway, I'm going to chop up a load of veg ready to make a stew for when that's all done. I'm not hungry at all, I just have no appetite. But I haven't cooked properly for days. We've been living on tins and ready meals and things for days, so it's time to cook something proper. Even Izzy started to complain. Now normally Izzy's like, oh yes, ready meals or something out of a tin, yay, something other than mum's cooking, but after 2 days of it she's had enough now and she wants some proper home cooking again. Oh, hold that thought, I've just seen the fish has today's date on it, so we'll definitely need to eat this for our dinner tonight. Oh, wouldn't want that with stew. I think I'm going to do one of these things where I boil up pasta, fry the fish and saute some veg and then chop the fish up and stir it all in together with the pasta as well. That's what I'll do. Well, I've done it. I haven't posted it yet. I'm going to post it out. I'm going to literally mask up more than I have in ages. I'm going to get the muslin square out and like do billion folds. I'm really anxious about going out because if I have got it, I don't want anyone else to, you know, breathe in what I'm breathing out. I'm really concerned about that. I really wish I could have nipped out late at night to post it, but obviously couldn't with the timings of the post-collection and everything. But anyway, I've done it. The worst part for me was the throat one. I was properly gagging. I thought I was going to muck up the test because I was doing proper long dry retches, and it's a really good job that I didn't eat lunch because it might have come back up all over the front room table. Frankly, it was way harder than I thought. The nose one was okay. It was uncomfortable. But because I was so distracted by retching, I didn't watch the clock to see if it was 10 seconds. So I think I might have erred on the side of caution and done it longer. So I hope that didn't jeopardise the test. It's so hard, actually. It's very distracting when you're going like really long ones and you think you're going to throw up everywhere. Anyway, I'm going to go and mask up really well and go and post this now. I'm back! And thank goodness that is done. Oh, I think my nose is squashed sideways. That was a bit tight. I was a bit paranoid. It's really hard to socially distance. Just saying, well, when you've got a busy street and people are just hell-bent on not wearing masks and zigzagging into you when you're... No, I didn't get within 2 meters of anybody, but, you know, I was literally walking almost in the road and... And like, it's like little old ladies coming with a tiny child in each hand, walking towards me, advancing, taking up the whole of the pavement. And I was like, oh no. I felt like I was, could it infect them at all? Anyway, managed to take evasive action on each occasion, so I think that was a success. I'm going to double check now to see if I need to write somewhere online that I've actually posted it as planned. Got a feeling I might have. I don't know. I'll let you know. By the way, in case anybody's wondering exactly what the procedure was, I will link in the description below the video link that we got sent by email to watch in order to do the test ourselves. So if you're just curious from another country, wondering what our procedures are compared to yours, then you can have a look. Or if you just want to know anyway, just in case it happens to you, you can check that out. I forgot to do that. You're supposed to take a picture or a note of your barcode on your Royal Mail return label so you can track the delivery. I didn't, but oh well. Done that. I can't find anything about having to notify them that you've actually posted it, so presumably I got mixed up with that. I'm absolutely not hungry, but I'm going to cook anyway because I probably am hungry and don't know. I've eaten 5 corn cakes today and it is 3:20.
Provoke an immune response. Although these proteins are not dangerous, they are still identified as enemies by the immune system.
Dinner's ticking along nicely. I've got pasta boiling in that stove, which you can't see. Oh yeah, there we are. And in this one, I've got vegetables, sort of steaming / sautéing with some salmon in the middle there. Well, I don't know if it was nerves about the test or corona, but for some reason I just absolutely got so far with it and couldn't quite finish it, and I had a small portion too. But it was kind of nice. I'm going to go and sit up in my bed and edit now for a bit. Hello, this is Wednesday morning me. Just got up. Had a text at 6:17 a.m. from the NHS testing service, and the test was negative. After all that fuss, it was negative, but that's really good. I'm probably not going to go out mixing with people just yet, because if I give them whatever virus I have got, they'll probably go through exactly the same palaver, so I'll carry on staying isolated, I think, but I will go out for walks in the fresh air, which I haven't been allowed to do. So yay! Okay, back to the video. If you like this video, please give it a like. It really helps the channel to grow, and I so appreciate it. If you're new here and you would like to follow more of our story, do hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!